Talking 3 and out here out of deal, Charles Ashley, breaking down some of those games that are going to be wild finishes.
Crazy.
I'll tell you, this year's been the most difficult year to find a consistent seeding. It changes with each night. That's why we have to do this bracketology every day, which we will reveal in the timeout portion.
Yeah, it changes. So this week alone, our brackets changed 3 times since they started playing, and it's going to continue to change. I think by Friday, even by Friday, after everything's said and done, we still won't know where everything's going to end up because we're going to have games for the play-in games or whatnot and district games. So who knows where these teams are going to end up? And I can't wait till we start talking about the bracket buster part because there's some things and some games that are going to surprise you where there's some teams that could be looking at struggling just to get in.
Out of control. Thursday night hoops tonight, Charles. I don't know how interesting it is. I think one game is interesting to me, and that's this game, Sandia and La Cueva. We mentioned La Cueva, you better win that game if you want to start making some noise here. Now, James Yotis from the Albuquerque Journal had made a great point on Twitter as I released some of the bracketology. Said, I don't know if Oñate deserves to get into this tournament. You look at their resume, maybe they don't deserve to get into the tournament. That being said, I think maybe Mayfield deserves it more than La Cueva.
But I like La Cueva. And this is why I tell you why I like La Cueva. They lost Overrecord for some time. This is a younger team trying to figure out their identity in the beginning. So losing a guy like Overrecord hurts you. When he's in there, now he's kind of getting his legs back again because conditioning is different than just sitting on the bicycle. You have to play games to be in good condition, I think. They're a hard team to beat. The problem with them is what guards are going to knock down shots on any given night? Is it going to be Jawad? Is it going to be Kahala, the streaky shooter? I think Devin Horn is the key to their success, and if they can pull this game off, they're in. And I agree with Yotis. I think the wins on their resume are a lot stronger than the Oñate wins. And Oñate had a chance to really sneak in, I think, because they played West Mesa twice, Albuquerque High. I believe they had Carlsbad. So they've had Trisco Heritage. They've had tons of opportunities to get a couple resume wins, and they squandered them.
Sandia's shooting too well. They're playing too well right now. To be honest, I think it's Sandia Matadors all day long because I think if they want a top 8 seed, I think Coach Bouchard knows there's no room for slip up here. So they're going to go to La Cueva this time. And this guy on the inside, Charles, maybe the most improved player throughout the season, Caleb Borton. I'm going to go Sandia in this one. I think they win, and I think it's no problem.
You know what? I feel an upset special. Upset special right now. I'm going to go with Overracker and Curry, just physical presence. They're going to push Abbott and Roden around because they're not as tall, but they're strong. These are some strong kids, and I feel Horn's going to have a good game. I think Kahala's going to find his hot streak and put some points on the board. I'm going La Cueva pulling this off in a low-scoring game, 52-48 type of game. La Cueva with the upset, and they find themselves into the tournament.
Okay, you just want to make some noise.
Hey,
you want to make some noise.
No, I'm not trying to make some noise.
You know what? Why not? We already have enough craziness. Let's just add more to the mix.
Craziness.
It would be fun to see. We'll see. I'm going to go the other way. I think Sandia has to keep winning if they want a home game, and Bouchard wants that one. Bouchard does not want to travel up to Las Cruces again and play Las Cruces again.
You're really set on you think it's going to be either or 8 or 9, 9
No,
or 8?
it just depends on how Albuquerque High and West Mesa finish out. I think there are some exceptions and changes. That's how I view it right now. You look at El Dorado, though, Charles. They're taking on Manzano.
They got to win this game.
Yeah, I just don't even think it's going to be close.
But then the problem with
Manzano's reeling.
They're reeling, but the game where you least likely think they're going to step up, they find ways to put up points.
Don't try to get some drama in
So I'm trying to muster up the drama.
Don't try to build
the
it
suspense.
up. Just pick El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Okay. El Dorado. They win by 20.
Shout out to Coach Roy Sanchez. They're going to win this.
I love the way he's got his team going. He's been so calm about this season, too. What I like about them, Charles, is they offer so many different ways to score right now.
Like that.
With Noah Schweitzer. Do we even talk about Noah Schweitzer and how good he is for this team? We rarely do.
No, but then you see you have a Manzano team. As I mentioned, they can stretch the floor. They got some good players, but El Dorado, as of late, has really started to click. You mentioned it earlier. 5 of 6 wins. I don't care what district you're in. Just get the wins. A win is a win. Ask Albuquerque High. A win is a win. So would you rather get 5 wins in the last 6, or would you rather lose 4 of the last 5? So I think El Dorado's in a good spot. Schweitzer's getting his legs. Lagarde, as Coach Sanchez mentioned, He needs to be more consistent, and if he's consistent, along with Gavin Casillas, this is a hard team to match up with. With Zach May down there, just the glue guy. I like glue guys. Guys who are going to rebound, play defense, finish shots around the basket, make the most of their effort when they're on the court. I like guys like that.
It's not. I don't know why we're talking about it anymore. It's done.
Okay.
El Dorado's going to win, okay?
Okay, they're going to win.
I know you tried to
I'm trying.
tried to build it up.
That's our job to the kids, man.
I know.
Okay, so
I'm just going to be realistic right now.
Okay, what's the next?
El Dorado's going to win.
Next?
Let's drop out of this highlight and let's talk a little bit about District 4, Charles. Let's give it some love and games that we shouldn't discuss also. Hobbs going to take on Alamogordo. Hobbs probably very upset with their loss against Carlsbad, I'm guessing.
100 points upset?
Yeah. I think Hobbs is going to.
I'm going Hobbs.
I think they're going to handle Alamogordo no problem. And then Carlsbad, obviously, you see that there's the nice bracket Jay Pohl put together.
So that question mark will be 110?
103 to 52. and then let's go over to then Clovis and Carlsbad. And once again, I don't think this is a question, which then Charles would set up the tie-breaking game, which I believe will be played.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
Saturday? I don't know. Monday or Saturday.
We don't know.
We don't know yet, but it would be Hobbs and Carlsbad at a neutral site.
Can you see a situation where these teams are overlooking their opponents and could slip up tonight?
No.
At least try to almost get suspended.
Look, I know.
Man, let's get to the games I've been dying to talk about because
all right, bracket
now
busters.
they're
Let's
ready.
move on here. Let's go. Okay, go ahead.
Last night I'm looking at schedules and just thinking and whatnot. And I look at the Valley Rio Grande game and I said, wait a minute. Rio Grande, if they win this game, they're sitting fourth or possibly tied for third.
Right. I don't think they'll win that tiebreaker, but I mean.
They don't win. Okay, they don't win a tiebreaker, but it doesn't matter.
Yes, you're right. They could finish above at Trisco Heritage.
Now you have the Trisco team staring from last place in that district, wondering where they're going to fit in at, and a Rio Grande team where, according to a lot of people's resumes, it's not the strongest of resumes, but it's enough to get them in now. But I think it would hurt Valley more.
This is why it's interesting.
Because for Valley seeding purposes, if they lose to a Rio Grande, they move from
this is
my
why
projected
it's interesting is I think Valley right now, and you'll see it in a minute, I think they're at 4. I think they can move back depending on what Rio Rancho does with Cleveland. That being said, I think they can move back with a loss here. I don't know if Coach Coleman's team is going to take this game as serious as it needs to be because they got the district tournament. They know they're in the tournament. They're district champs. This game means nothing to them.
But it really does mean something.
But it means a lot more to Rio Grande.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I can see it happening.
I agree. It means a lot more to Rio Grande. And they're sitting there saying, we can
Deming and Gadsden.
We can get a 14 seed. They can get a 13 seed.
Deming and Gadsden.
I like this because Gadsden, they tend to play to the level of their competition. I'm going with Gadsden to win it, but the one I'm more intrigued about, and I know you're going to pick Gadsden, Mayfield Onyate.
Yeah, Mayfield Onyate needs to be talked about.
Because you've been saying Mayfield has no win. No real quality wins besides what, a split with LaQuave.
This isn't a quality win if they win.
But it helps them. They finish ahead of.
Well, they tie.
They would tie, which they probably would finish ahead of.
Right. So then I think they get in over Onyate, and then I also believe they would get in over LaQueva based on their win head-to-head against LaQueva. I think that's the only way you can break it down. They are so close in every other category. You got to go head-to-head there. Last one, Charles, Santa Fe, Cibola. The Cougars obviously missing a couple of star athletes, but they're going to take on Santa Fe. Santa Fe's last chance maybe to get one win and say, hey, we belong. I still say no.
I say no, too. But you never know with a team that's this new right now.
See where we have it projected. Bracketology when you return right here on uSports Central.